What criteria do you use to hire new graduates? It's an important question. As many different CEOs of large and small companies know and have said so, the company is only as good as the employees. What characteristics do you look for in a new college graduate you hire, and what exactly do you get if you hire them from Harvard, Yale, or Princeton, to use these three as a substitute for an elite school? You are looking for someone who is smart to learn the business, who is a team player, and will be willing to do whatever the team needs. Someone who is motivated to succeed, and someone who has the right personality to fit your company. Steve Jobs from Apple, Howard Schultz from Starbucks, Jack Welch from GE have all understood the value of a good employee. The question is, how do you find them? What some of the Wall Street companies do to hire new graduates from top 10 or top 15 schools. Is it the right approach? Let's look at the numbers first. Let's first ask, what do you get if you hire someone who graduated from Harvard, Yale, or Princeton? Well, you definitely get someone who is smart and ambitious. Elite universities have already pre-selected the best students. With admission rates in the single digits, it takes top grades, participation in sports, being president of your own clubs, and participating in extracurricular activities like volunteering. According to a research study, while only 2 to 5% of students go to elite schools, over 40% of those who end up over the years on Time Magazine Top 100 have graduated from an Ivy League university or a school in other parts of the world in the same category. The problem is that, as they say in the investment industry, past performance is not a reflection of future results. What you get from elite school graduates are undoubtedly very smart people who have succeeded up to that point at everything they have done. However, you also get, in most cases, graduates who have been told for 4 years that they are the cream of the crop, who are very ambitious, or, conversely, who think that once they are in one of the top schools, they have already succeeded, so they party on. You may either get prima donnas or overpay for an average performance. That's why I believe it's important to use the following criteria to choose the right candidates among new graduates. GPA shows many different things about a person. For example, if a student has a high GPA, it shows that he or she is motivated and has the right attitude and willingness to succeed, and can receive good grades. Another thing that GPA shows is how well a student is able to manage his or her time, because if they are taking 4 or 5 classes, they need to make sure that they put enough energy, time, and effort in order to excel in every class. Just because someone puts in the time or tries to learn the material, it doesn't mean that they have the aptitude to do it. Having the ability to do something is very important, because it may take someone 1 hour to understand the topic or someone else 3 or 4 hours to understand the same material. And even if someone does put in 3 or 4 hours of studying, it doesn't necessarily mean that they will receive a good grade as a result. They have to actually be motivated to do well and try to understand the material, because just going through the motions is not sufficient. Having the motivation to do well, being able to manage their time, having the correct attitude, and having the aptitude to do something and to do it well are exactly the characteristics that define a good job applicant and an employee. As much as GPA is important, having a good personality is crucial as well. There are many different types of personalities. There's the team player, the entrepreneur, the ambitious one, and then there are those who think they are the leaders and are the smartest ones, who think that everything is beneath them. Having a leader personality is very important in some professions, because leaders are needed to get the job done. Prestigious schools brainwash their students into believing that they are the cream of the crop, captains of the business world, and pillars of their community, meaning that they are the best and brightest. However, with great brainwashing comes great egos. Having an ego is okay, although having a huge ego makes people behave arrogantly, and it results in being disliked. Team players, on the other hand, are both great and necessary to have on your team, because they like their job and will work with their coworkers to get the job done without hesitating and thinking that what they're doing is beneath them. A big component of a good personality is having good communication skills. Being able to get your job done is very important. However, being able to voice your opinions and explain your train of thought clearly and convincingly may be even more important and may advance your career. Lack of communication skills is one of the most important reasons why there are issues and misunderstandings. However, the same skills are also very helpful when trying to resolve an issue. Gathering different opinions from coworkers during a crisis and trying to come up with a solution is very important, and the key to succeeding is through effective communication. Although having a good GPA is very meaningful, it does not explain, however, everything about a student. Just because someone may have a very high GPA, it does not mean that they have good communication skills. They may be too shy or timid. They may lack self-confidence or just be unable to express themselves. They can be book smart but inadequate in social settings. While it may be easy to justify hiring primarily from elite or Ivy League schools, in my opinion, companies may benefit by using the GPA, personality, and communication skills criteria to select the right candidates for hiring among the new graduates. I intentionally differentiate between new graduates and those who have been able to have a few years of experience under their belts. Experience can change everything. However, prospecting outside of elite schools can land you the right candidates who are smart, driven, and have all of the right skills at the right price without the unnecessary extras like the overinflated egos and a premium price.